Interesting. All right. We just got a sell. Major sell-off today around market open. We broke down through the 200s and we just fell through. Bad news today. What I'm looking for is a few things. In a perfect world, we'll get a pullback up towards the moving averages, maybe towards 240 to 260 here before they break down 21.99. This is a little support that they had put in around 7 o'clock after the first 30-minute candle at close. So I don't really want them to build a base here. If you're back here on Twitch and YouTube watching, appreciate you guys tuning in. Be sure to like the stream, subscribe so you get notified whenever we go live. Yesterday, got to stream a few more than one signals on Twitch and YouTube. We had got whipsawed with some very manageable losses, but we're able to eke back throughout the day to make a green day out of it. It's important to know that if you're watching this is for educational and entertainment purposes only. Trading is extremely risky and it should be done so with a professional advisor, and this should not be taken as trading or investing advice. Any trades you do take, you do so at your own risk. Just want to get those disclaimers out of the way. So far, if you guys have been watching on the stream on YouTube and Twitch, we are usually our first signal of the day. We are now, what's today? Thursday, February 20th. So for the last 9 trading days, yesterday was the first time we had a loss live on stream, but we were able to walk through the setup or the subsequent buy and get the takeoff and the break over 200 up to the 240s, which I'll walk you guys through. We're well below that now. It's real P-shaped volume profile on the weekly. Right now there's really not much volume down here, so this thing can continue to trade down. A lot of the volume was traded up top around the 200 area, 220, a little over 220, 240, as yesterday those areas we played around with. So what I'm looking for is a nice little pop back up here, maybe towards 240 to 260 area. We got a lot of volume cluster. Then look to get a sell-off. It is possible we could just kind of consolidate for a second here in this area, snap and break. So I really want to see how they react to this area. That's the last bit of volume holding it up before the next leg down. AP the Greek in the building. How you doing, man? All right. Yeah, it happens, It's we got through the hump day. It's Thursday, guys. If you're watching on Twitch and Discord, I'm talking inside the live trading room. Yeah, you have much higher targets than I do. I'm looking around 60 base here, 40 to 60. Yeah, it's a lot of range today, guys. So you want to keep your size in check, your scales in check. You're still waiting for a bigger pop here, guys. We got the 230. I really want this to get a little bit higher, maybe 10 more points. Yeah, we have a Hornet's Nest at 048. Those are confluence of volumes, high volume areas, which is why I really want to see if we can get a pop up to 240 for the short. You know, last time they were here, they kind of broke it down and just right under 48, and just kind of traded it down to 22,000 on the nose. I did not get an entry up here near the clouds. I was really waiting to get up here towards the 240 area. I really want this off this base here, so we're not fighting the whole number for a breakdown. You know, one thing I always say is to chase is a mistake. Try to let the trade come to you. And then we have a long way down to our next hornet's nest. The next hornet's nest is around, I think, 885 area. There's a lot of volume. Real P shape is on the week, on the volume profile on the week, as I was saying. We did get a first pullback off the sell. I didn't get into it. I wanted this to get a little bit higher, but you know, the market's weak right now, and so it didn't pop as high as I ideally would have liked to get into the short. I wouldn't chase it here at this base. You know, the chase is a mistake. They could easily save it here and run it back up again like they did last time. Almost an hour ago, we revisited these levels, and then it shot up for 100 points right away. Usually, like I said, the more times traders knock on the door, the more times it's possibly going to open. Yep. And so they're starting to get a little breakdown under 22,000. I'll let this thing unravel a bit, and then see if I can get a pullback entry back towards this area now. Resistance turns support. Real P-shaped profile. This shit could totally break down here. A P-shape on the, I mean that on the volume profile. We have a lot of volume at the top, very little at the bottom. And again, there's a lot of range today, guys. So, you know, it's going to be very important to watch sizing. So I'm going to look to scale probably every 25, 35 points. So hypothetically, let's say if I were to get the short at, I'm going to pick a number that's irrelevant to what we're seeing on the chart. Let's say I got into a short at 500. I won't be looking for an ad until 530. Then 560, you know, so factor that into how you're going to trade it. Well, we're weak on the day, moving averages a week, a lot of volume, trapped up top on the week. And this is what I mean, you know, about chasing. To chase is a mistake. If you got FOMO and you went for that breakdown here, you instantly got ran back up 50 points. So now as we continue to pop, I want to see this thing get a little bit higher. 220 sold off last time. It's probably not a bad entry. What time is it? 8 o'clock. We just got the start of a new candle. Just gonna give this a second here, guys, before I jump in. I want to see this a little bit higher. They're starting to struggle again in this area here where we got rejected. I may take a starter here at 20, guys, just because it's slowing down a bit, which I just did. I'm fully aware that this has a lot of range and we could pop up towards 50. So my next ad won't be towards 50. I do have a starter on here at 20. And then I'll be looking for a pop towards this hornet's nest we have up here at 48 to get my second ad on, and ideally get an average somewhere around this 20, 35, 40 area, and then look to get a trade down back down towards 22,000. Moving averages a week on the day, a lot of upward volume at the top. And again, guys, a lot of range today, so you want to scale accordingly, size accordingly. You know, on days where there's a lot of range, you want to use light size and let the range work for you. On days where the range is pretty tight, it may be okay to add a little bit of size and let your size work for you. But on a day like today, a combination of size and range can be deadly if you are on the wrong side of a move. You could look up and be down 100 points, 50 points, 50 to 100 points in a blink of an eye. And if you put too much size on, you know, and you don't account for that type of range, you know, just want to be mindful of that. So I'm in short with a starter at 20. I want to see this thing trade down to 22,000 again. If not, I'll let the starter work for a bit. And then still look for, you know, an ad area up here around the 40s. '40s, 50s. I'm in at 20, so I'm looking around 45, 50 for it. Our hornet's nest is at 048, so 50 might be a better number anyway. Again, just a friendly reminder, guys. A lot of range today. You want to keep your size in check. So inside of our live trading room, one of our moderators was saying about the reason for the drop off was because of jobless claims, which could affect interest rates as well too. Those numbers came in hot on the jobless claims, and that's what caused, you know, the major sell-off. Give me 1 second, guys. All right, we're starting to get that pop up towards 40 here, 48, 50. I really want to get up towards this area here. Looking at 50 area for an ad, 48, 50. Have an order in, waiting for it, so you know you're not caught off guard by it, if anything. Again, there's a lot of range today, guys, so you want to keep your scales in check. 50 is this base right here, 48, 50 area, a little thin right here, so careful, guys, and keep your size in check. Had an ad at 48, did not get it. Did not get filled. Fell 5 points away from it. Still have my 20 average on, guys. I will try to get filled up at 48. We got rejected hard at 43. Almost say rejected hard, but you know, a bit of a resistance here. Again, we have a Hornet's Nest at 048. There's a lot of volume there on the weekly. The goal now is to see it break through this volume area, get back down towards 2200. If you were able to get an average higher than that, kudos to you on that. If you get up 10, 15 points, look to take some profit off and roll your stops. Anybody in the trading room get in on any of this? Are you guys aren't filled yet? AP? Or you're still waiting till 80, huh, AP? Okay. Mm-hmm. All right, I got filled up here. I now have a 40 average as well. And what I'll do is if this thing breaks over, let's say 70, I'll take a stop out and then look to re-enter the trade higher. And we just flip to a buy. Give it a second here. I'm still going to keep my stops over 70. Same. Yeah, if I get a pullback towards break even, I'll end up taking off the short. It's a lot of range here today, guys, so just be careful. I want to see how this reacts towards this volume cluster. I'm hiding just behind it. See if we get a pullback towards this base here. And what I'll do is I'll look to cut this. They saved it down there. A lot of it's kind of a liquidity grab down here at 75. I'm still in at 40. I'm hiding behind 70 with my stops. And what I'm doing is I'm looking for pullback back down through here, and then I'll look to kind of reduce this this trade here. But over 70, I will go ahead and take the stop out, as it'll be a 30-minute engulfing pattern, and I don't want to be stuck in that too much, too heavy. I know AP is scaling a little bit differently than me. He's waiting, I think, for 80 to get in. 70, 75. Yeah, no, I had a 20 starter around 50 ads, so I'm gonna have about a 40 average right now. Technically 39 and some change. But I do have my stops over 70. We did just flip to a buy, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep my stops here, see if we get a pullback, and then I'll look to get out of this trade close to break even. But again, there's a lot of range today, guys, which is why I was preaching keep your size in check. These things could move. All right, that's gonna stop me out of this trade, guys. Over 70. I'm gonna book that as a loss here. And then what I'll do is I'll look to reset. Kind of got an inverse head and shoulders pattern down here off of 22,000. What do you make of the trading activity and range and volume and things like that on this week, AP? It's been a little interesting. Yeah, it's been a lot of news this week. And we do our best to kind of stay around the news. I remember yesterday when we got into a buy that pulled all the way back, we had ran into a Trump tweet, and it kind of tanked the long, and then they reclaimed it right afterwards and ran it up to our original to our targets. AP, you got out fly here on the short. You're looking to get long around 48, 50 area. And this is what's been happening lately. We've been getting a lot of overextended moves, just kind of sweeping the highs of other candles, taking out stops, and then just reversing itself back down the other way. And that's kind of been a bit of the volume this week. It's been interesting. I'm gonna look. I'm gonna look for a long down here around 30. The Hornet's Nest is 048, guys. There's a lot of volume there. We can see a lot of up and over that as they decide they want to pick a direction. We just fell off the last Hornet's Nest, which is around 110. I'm going to start in long down here, and then again I'll look to kind of add at this base that they saved it around 15, and then see if they can start building some momentum and push this market up. You know, we had a major sell-off because of the jobless claims. Wanted to see a continuation on the sale, but that just did not happen yet. They were able to kind of save this thing down here under 22,000. We're starting here around now around 33. Buy the bid here. and then I'll look at I'm in long, around 30 area. I'm half size, guys. I have a 33 average down here. Let me see if we can get back up towards the hornet's nest. Yeah, if you're up 15, 20 points in here, you might want to look to take some profit or trail your trade up. We got a nice little dip off of this 30 area here. We're right now we're fighting the hornet's nest at 48.50 area. So if you've got an average somewhere down here, you want to maybe take some off here and then look to try to trail up the rest. moving averages are predominantly negative on the day, so I wouldn't look to try to hit a home run on the long until we probably get a break over 100 again. Maybe think we can kind of say the longs are in control. But it's a very bearish day. A lot of news this morning. Yeah, beautiful take profit if you guys took some off at that 48 target. All right, guys, this is gonna do it for me on Twitch and YouTube. I know we weren't able to bank in on this first sell that we got down here, but if you call some of this pullback here, and you got a nice little average down here on this long here, you probably are up a little over 15-20 points. Maybe want to take some off here inside the hornet's nest around 48-50 area. Maybe try to trail a piece up to see if they can continue to push this thing beyond. But that'll do it for me here on Twitch and YouTube. Be sure to like the stream and turn on the bell notification to get notified whenever we go live. And click the link in the bio, join the Discord, be a part of the live trading room Monday through Friday.